3M Post-it notes and you put them all over your computer screen, and I know many of you do. If you walk down the halls of ZDTV, every monitor's got covered with these yellow notes. Forget that. These are much better. You can organize them into libraries. They're permanent. They don't put glue on the side of your monitor. Desk notes from Ted. Thank you, Ted, for a nice job, and congratulations. Say it again. Master Undonis.
It's never too late to get started. Call for Help is on live every day. Okay, folks. It's time to take the elevator to ZDTV's underworld, where all the gunslingers, speed demons, and bad girls hang out. It's at GameSpot TV.
You'll pay for that, Arthur!
Activision built the giant robot genre first with MechWarrior and then with the well-received MechWarrior 2. After losing the BattleTech license, they went on to release the disappointing Heavy Gear. But with the release of Heavy Gear 2 hot on the heels of MechWarrior 3, Activision has effectively raised the bar on the giant robot genre. While MechWarrior 3 relies on great special effects and technological enhancements, it suffers from a weak campaign. But Heavy Gear 2 is amazing. The dazzling special effects are supported by an almost strategic battle system, a challenging campaign, squad mates who are actually helpful, and unpredictable enemies. Activision built a brand new graphics engine for Heavy Gear 2 called Darkside, and the graphics are a sight to behold. Not to be outdone, the sound effects in Heavy Gear 2 are great, from the movement of your gears to explosions to combat chatter.
Understood.
The campaign missions are well designed and balanced, and although robot sims don't usually include in-level saving, it would have been helpful, because it can be frustrating to replay some of the longer missions.
Thank you for helping me escape this madness.
The controls in the game are highly customizable, but it is recommended that players familiarize themselves with the controls by working through the 7 training missions. Overall, Heavy Gear 2 is the most impressive game yet in the robot genre. Activision's designers deserve praise for realizing that exciting missions and challenging AI is just as important as flashy graphics and feature checklists. Denny Atkin of GameSpot.com gave Heavy Gear 2 a rating of 9.0 out of 10.
Get down and dirty with GameSpot TV every week. Whew. Well, folks, we've reached the end of this tour. It's been great showing you around. If you want any more details on anything you've seen today, you can always join us online at ZDTV.com, where you'll find links and information on all of today's programs. I'm out of here, but drop in tomorrow. I'll have plenty more to show you. For ZDTV Zip File, I'm Tilda, and I'll see you later.
I think an increasing number of buildings, and ultimately all buildings, will make most or all of the energy that they need.
The fact that we can start to integrate communications into the buildings
becomes a network of sensors and providers of fresh air, of warmth, and so on, that respond to the people moving in and out, and to the natural forces outside the building.
to promote and present really intelligent, hugely cost-effective models so that other people are standing around going, now, wait a minute, why can't
as it serves the people who use it. For more information on this or other stories in Digital Avenue's library, just visit our website. For Digital Avenue, I'm Kurt Bodden.
Be the first to hear about breaking news, live webcasts, and contests. Register for the ZDTV newsletter now at ZDTV.com. Click on Interact. Steve Jobs unveiled the iBook, and now the gender wars are on. It started with a quote.
Probably a cool-looking makeup kid.
And the volley was returned.
He didn't need to be using sexist language.
Is John C. Dvorak pundit or pig? Is the iBook hardware or handbag?
When I first saw it, I thought it kind of looked like a Hello Kitty purse.
You decide. Visit ZDTV.com/SiliconSpin. Follow the controversy, vote in our poll, and post talkback on the message board. Speak out and sound off now on ZDTV.com.
Coming up on the next Screensavers, having files available for download on your own website is easy as pie.
Yeah, but how many people are actually taking advantage of your generosity?
How to count the downloads from your website. Wouldn't you like to do that on the next Screensavers? Welcome to the Screensavers. I am Leo Laporte. Thank you so much for joining us. Kate's not here. She's on assignment healing paper cuts in South Park. I have no idea what that means, but that's what she'll be back on Monday. Coming up in today's show, we've got a quick tip on how to wipe out evidence of what websites you visited. Why would you want to do that? In Internet Explorer and Netscape, from our How Things Work guy, Martin Sargent, he's going to show you the inside scoop. This is kind of a salad today. A mix. A lot of people are going to come in here, and they're all going to give you some little flavor gems, all right? We're going to have a tip to get your favorite website into the palm of your hand, or maybe I should say your Windows CE handheld device. We'll talk about mobile interactive computing. That's the fancy term in this week's alternative. Then a little later, Jim Niederback's going to stop by with this hot new weird and wacky gamepad from Microsoft. First time ever shown anywhere. You are going to get an exclusive on today's live Fresh Gear. But before we introduce the topic in today's chat room, shall we check in with the final results from our poll of last time? Is computers making you stupid? Now, it's funny because when we went home last night, Kate and I went home last night, the results were exactly the opposite. Most of you said no. Now 66% of you say yes, 33% of you say no. And if anybody wants to know if computers are stupid, add up those numbers. Once again, there's a missing 1%. We don't know where it goes. The computer says 99% of you voted, and the rest of you were, I guess, too stupid to figure out how to click the mouse. All right, joining me on the show today to help out on TV and in the chat room, somebody I've worked with for a long time. It's so great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
You're not replacing Kate, but you're going to be here kind of helping me out.
I'm here to keep you company.
Good, because I get so lonely.
Yes.
Christina DeNike.
Yes.
Good to have you. You've seen her maybe on Call for Help, doing the Mac tip. That's because she's lab director at Macworld Magazine, and a wonderful person. And a hula dancer.
Oh, you're making me blush.
So nice to have you. And actually, I'm really glad because the chat topic is just right for you. But before we go much further, I want you to tell us what you do at the labs at Macworld. What kind of stuff you do?
Oh, we have great fun. We do a lot of comparative testing of hardware mostly, occasionally software. We get things in, we performance test them, usability test them, and then those go into the ratings. They're represented in the mice ratings usually.
Do you wear a hard hat and lab coat at this?
Only on special days.
How many people are in the lab? Is it a lot of people?
6 people.
Really? And you're all just kind of banging on Macs?
Yeah.
And before that, you did it at PC Mag.
I was at PC Mag for a while.
So you have Windows and Mac experience, but I hope, folks, if you have questions about Macintoshes, you'll call in and ask those specifically. We always look for an opportunity to talk more about Macs.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, Christina's
I'm ready.
A Mac hack. Now, and this is why this chat topic is good for you. Let's let John C. Dvorak set it up for us.
Right.
The question of the day is the iBook for girls? And this is what John C. Dvorak had to say on Silicon Spin the other day about it. Let's take a look.
Looks like he was holding up a toilet seat. Apple fans at the New York City conference went wild for the fat laptop. But I have my problems with it. It looks like a makeup case. Not something I don't think men want to be seen carrying. In my column, I called it girly, which got a lot of attention, by the way. Within Internet Moments, Wired and Salon writers lashed back. Next Wednesday, we'll have a special panel on this, by the way, for you people who really think it's important. But in the meantime, we couldn't resist asking Rebecca what she thinks right now. Do you think I'm a sexist pig?
No.
Because I thought the machine was girly?
I agree with you that the machine is girly, and I love it, and I want one.
And
Okay, well, let's
you
back-
aren't the target, so don't buy one. Who cares?
Let's go with what
So he's not the target.
I want two to go with my different outfits.
Oh, yeah.
Blue
Do you
one
have a
and the
tangerine-colored
orange
outfit?
one. Yeah.
So what do you think? Is it girly?
I think a masculine, strong man is not going to be threatened by a laptop.
John? John? I think that's a shot at you. Actually, Salon Magazine called him a sexist pig for that. In fact, they're going to have Salon on and debate it. I know, this is a chance for you to tell us what you think. I do have to say that until the iMac came out, people didn't buy fancy-looking computers. Remember, there were a lot of computers. You probably tested quite a few of them, the gray, the charcoal, the pyramid shapes, and all this stuff. And this beige is ended up what sells because people they think it looks smarter or looks like it's a computer.
And it was. The first ones that came out looked a little hokey. The ones that were aimed for home, it's as if they didn't have enough, so they made it up. But the iMac kind of broke that stereotype.
It totally did, didn't it? I mean, an incredible seller. So do you think, so Apple, is the iBook another iMac for Apple?
I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to do very well.
I don't want one for myself. I think I wouldn't carry it around, especially with that little handle. But I'm going to get one for my wife. I think she'll like it.
What we're all missing is that even if it is girly, that's okay. That can be a strength.
That's a good thing.
Not that it is.
That's it. You're not saying that? Very good. You're walking that fence very well. Here's your chance to tell us what you think. You can take our web poll at thescreensavers.com. While you're there, you click on the talkback feature, and you can say, is it girly? Is it not girly? What do you think of John?
Do you like girls?
Do you like girls? Do you like girls' computers? 888-989-7879. Actually, that's another poll we should do another time. I'm not sure I want to get in that one today. 888-989-7879, or you can chat with us, chat.zdnet.com, and you're going to be in the chat room, and you're Kay DeNike in the chat room, right?
Yeah, actually, I think I got my full name there.
Oh, you did? Christina DeNike.
Yep.
Okay, and you're the killer whale.
Right.
You can change that out if you want. You don't have to stick with the whale, all right? But it's kind of...
What are you saying?
No, it looks good. I'm not saying anything. It looks fine. Never mind. I'm sorry I mentioned it. You're not in the Screensavers room, though. Click on the Screensavers room to get in there. And if you have a Netcam, go to the Netcam Cineplex. It's one of the Screensavers complex of rooms. We have a complex. That's how big we are.
Excellent.
And if you appear on the show via Netcam, talking to Jen and Dan, what are you doing there? He's a girly man wearing makeup.
It's actually a very small computer that she's using.
It looks like a makeup case, but it's actually a computer.
Small computer.
And by the way, if we get you on the air, you're going to get that great Screensavers magnetic picture frame. Who's in the picture frame on the fridge today? Roger, and is that Julie? Yeah. Oh, that's a cute couple. Let's get right on with the show, and if you want to stick around, we're going to let you chat in a little bit, but why don't you help me with this, all right?
All right.
Trey is on the line on the ZDTV 3Com Netcam network from Muskegon, Michigan. Hey, Trey.
Hey.
So what do you think? You look like a macho, masculine guy. Would you carry an iBook?
I would, but if I don't like the handle, I'm just not going to use it.
The handle flips right. You know, you're probably one of the few people around here who's actually held one.
Yeah.
It flips out, right?
Yeah. What's the question? Yes, it flips out.
Yeah, well, he wasn't asking. Oh, can you not hear him? She doesn't have an earpiece, so we're going to have to get the level up in the studio so that she can hear. We didn't even think that you don't have an earpiece. He just said he thinks it looks all right, but he wouldn't use the handle. But you think it sell well for Apple?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's your question? What can we do for you?
My question is, when I take pictures with my Netcam, they tend to get very pixelated and turn blue.
Huh. You mean I'm not sure. You mean there are blue dots on the thing?
No,
they blue sheen.
It just shows like little colored pixels in the picture everywhere, and I can't get rid of them.
And there's a blue overcoating to the whole thing.
Kind of.
All right. There's two problems there. The blue overcoating is what we call white balance.
Okay.
Whenever you use a video camera, our video cameras before the show, they white balance them. Do you guys hold up a sheet of white paper? What do you do to white balance it? What you do is they hold up a sheet of white paper just like this, and the camera has a button on it that says this is white. They set the You see that?
Oh yeah, blue.
Yeah. So if you don't white balance, so now depending on what kind of Netcam, now that's bad white balance right there. Don't do it. Don't do what Robin is doing right now. There. Now it's still a little blue. All right, he's got it right now. I think he's got it right. So what you could do, on many Netcams there's a white balance button, and so you could do exactly what Robin's doing. Hold up a piece of white paper and white balance it. Or you might play with the controls if you don't have a control on the actual camera. Our 3Com Netcam golf ball cameras actually do have a white balance button. So that'll fix the blue. I have to say the balance looks pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So has it always been pixelated, or did it seem to get worse?
It just gets worse when I take a picture with it.
Oh.
Not now.
No, not when I'm running video.
I wonder, does that sound like noise or some sort of interference in the camera?
No.
I'm not sure exactly why that has. I've never seen that happen. I would make sure that you're connected well into the back there, that you don't have, I mean, I don't know why all of a sudden when you snap the picture it would
it sounds like maybe you've got different settings for the video than from the picture, so go into preferences and see if there's something.
Yeah, play with the preferences. Do you have another camera you could try to kind of troubleshoot it?
No.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I haven't seen this particular thing happen. Little blue dots in the stills only, not in the moving pictures like we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
Boy, you stumped us right off the top. You're not on medication, are you?
No.
Okay. Just a wild guess. I don't know. I thought maybe. Trey, I don't think we can help you. I'm sorry. You're not any relation to the Trey Parker of South Park fame, are you?
No.
Is that his Parker, isn't it? Is that his name? Trey?
No.
All right. All right. Well, we're going to go into the chat room. I hope you'll go in the chat room and see if you can get an answer to that. We'll see. Yeah. Christine will probably check right now. Blue dots on his stills, but not on his moving.
Right.
Moving video. We'll see if we can find something for you in the chat room. Thank you for calling, Trey. We appreciate it. Don't start channel surfing yet, folks. There's a lot more to come. After the break, I'm going to show you how you can get little tiny web pages on your Windows CE device. A program has been around for a long time for the Palm, but finally makes it to CE. But first, here's Ben from Shreveport, Louisiana. Take it away, Ben.
Don't you touch that remote. Screensaver's alternative tip for the week coming up next, right here on ZDTV.
The Screensavers is sponsored by Gateway. Gateway speaks to 50,000 people a day. Call, click, or come in and connect with us.
We know you want to do more with your photos. Now you can on a Gateway Essential PC that includes a digital camera and the software you need to bring people closer together. All for $42 a month with an Intel Celeron processor. Call 1-800-GATEWAY.
Now entering the ZDTV store. First floor, t-shirts, white, 100% cotton, includes logo. Second floor, hat, black, embroidered, one size fits all. Total price for both items, $19.95. Visit ZDTV.com/store to order or call toll-free 1-800-288-0443.
Yeah, babies, it's time once again for our weekly alternative segment. A neat tip or trick about an alternative operating system or device. This week, I'm going to show you how to download your favorite websites onto your handheld CE device. Now, this doesn't work on the Jupiter devices, the big Giornata from HP or the Vadim Clio, but it works really well on the little HPC devices like this Philips Nino, and even on the HP Giornata, the Palm Giornata, or the medium form factor Giornata. Let me go back to the Avant Go page. This is called Avant Go. It's been out for some time. In fact, we even showed it to you on the Palm devices. Really cool. For instance, every time I sync now, I've subscribed to the New York Times. Every time I sync, I will get the latest New York Times and be able to read it on my HPC, on my Windows CE device. You can get all kinds of news and information, and it syncs up every time you synchronize, so you always have the latest. Let me show you how you control it. This is a free application that if you've got a Palm or you've got a small CE device and you're not using, you're missing out on a great, great thing. AvantGo.com. You'll create an account and log in, and you can see when I log in, I see what I've subscribed to. CNET, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, The Weather Channel, Wired News, ZDNN, but I can get a whole lot more. There's featured channels, all sorts of interesting stuff on here. There's USA Today and CNN, FN. You can get, basically if you've been eyeing the Palm 7 and saying, well, gee, I'd like to get this kind of information wirelessly, it's a lot cheaper, as in free, to get it every time you sync up. And you get some wonderful stuff. Plus, anybody who does their own websites can very easily create a website that Avant Go can use so that you can download websites from your favorite web pages. All you have to do is tell the webmaster, hey, why don't you do an Avant Go version? Great software, absolutely free, everything from movie directories, financial news, restaurant reviews, travel, weather, and more. It's at www.avantgo.com. Whether you use a Palm, you know, the Palm 3, 5, 7, or you use an HPC device, or one of the mid-sized HPC devices like the Jornada 600 series and 400 series, this is a really great way to get information that you can read. I mean, I go to meetings and, you know, they think I'm taking notes. I'm reading the newspaper. Kellen's on the line. Now, my secret's out now, huh? From Brownwood, Texas. Hi, Kellen. How are you?
Hi, Leo.
What can I do for you?
Well, see, I have this web page on the web.
Yep.
And I was looking to put some streaming video on it.
Yeah.
But before I can do that, I've got to get some software so I can do some special effects on it so it can look really cool.
Ah, so I'm going to guess, but let's say you had a guy with a stick in his hand and you wanted to turn it into a lightsaber. Like that?
Bingo.
Yeah, that'd be very easy to do. In fact, I've seen some great videos. I think even some of the ones that came in for the NetCam Festival and you know, it's really simple. You have to do it frame by frame, you understand.
Yeah.
And what you'll do is almost any video editing package, Video Wave from MGI, that's the one we like, it's under $99. Of course, Premiere is the fancy one everybody uses. Almost any video editing package that lets you get it a frame will let you take that frame and modify it with a drawing package. I mean, and literally, you could modify it with Microsoft Paint. Anything that will give you the, you know, all you have to do is color that in, right? The thing is, remember, it's going to be frame by frame. So you're going to have to each, you know, frame, color it one by one. So it's going to take some painstaking work. What did you do to create the video? What program did you use for that?
Well, let's see here.
Because that probably will work.
Huh?
That probably will work to get the frames out of it.
Yeah. I just got this PCI card with a camera for my computer.
Ah, so it came with
I haven't had a chance to record the video into my computer yet.
Well, you know, for instance, the U.S. Robotics Big Picture, which is the one that we've been giving away, comes with an asymmetrics. I don't know if I have it here. Comes with an asymmetrics program for capturing video, and you can use it to edit it. Of course, I don't have it on here because we have the USB version, but it comes with a program for capturing the video. It's called DVP Capture, and it will also let you look frame by frame at the video. All you got to do is you've got to copy the frame, modify it in a Paint program, paste it back in. You can do that with QuickTime too. In fact, QuickTime will let you do it on a Mac, just looking at the QuickTime video and taking it out. So that's how they do that, is they just go through the frames and they draw on them. You can do amazing effects, though. I mean, as long as you take the time to do a frame-by-frame thing, you could draw a big sun in there or an extra sun, so you could have, you know, 2 suns like they have on Tatooine and things like that.
Yeah.
Are you going to do a Star Wars thing? What are you going to do?
Yeah, that's the theme of my site, Star Wars.
What's the site? I'd love to see it.
It's called The Lost City of the Jedi. It's www.jedicore.
C-O-R-P-S or C-O-R-P-S or C-O-R-E?
.net/LCJ.
LCJ.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what it looks like. The Lost City of the Jedi. So is Jedi Core like a bunch of stuff about Star Wars, or is that your site?
Let's see. Jedi Core is run by a couple of friends of mine.
Oh, neat. So they have a bunch of Star Wars sites on here.
Yeah. And here, I was looking for a new place because I had one of those real long addresses that I really didn't like.
This seems like a great place to be, Jedi Core.
Yeah.
Well, lots of links so far, so I want to see some great animation and stuff. Now that you've got your camera, let's put some animation and some video in there. I think that's a great idea. A program, if the program that came with your camera isn't great, a program I love a lot that'll allow you to do many, many things, including stop motion animation and stuff, so you can have the light speeder, you know, the speeder go floating along, is MGI Video Wave 2. $99 or less if you shop around, and it's a great product. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, a nice site. Thanks for calling. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Take care. Coming up next, folks, for the sake of texture, you know, our salad, remember I said we're making a salad today? The crouton of our screensaver salad du jour. Martin, the crouton sergeant, shows us how to cover your tracks on the web. When the screensavers continue.
The jobs of tomorrow are here. Thousands of them, waiting to be filled. But you have to know the fields they're in, and you have to have what it takes to master those fields. Because you can't get the jobs of tomorrow until you get the skills of today.
Start by calling ITT Technical Institute. We'll send you an informative brochure on tomorrow's careers and what it takes to get them. Call 1-800-942-0099.
This week on ZDTV, it's cable modems versus DSL. PC computing referees a fight for ultimate high-speed connection Wednesday on the Screensavers. Come out and play Thursday when Internet Tonight's Liam, pretty fly for a white guy, Makelem, talks with the net's most downloaded band, The Offspring. And what's the deal with free PCs? Are they too good to be true? Find out this weekend when Computer Shopper gets to the bottom of this consumer trend. That's what's happening at ZDTV and ZDTV.com. Amaze yourself.
Don C. Dvorak says no man would carry an iBook. Follow the controversy. Post, talk back, and vote in our poll. Go to ZDTV.com/SiliconSpin.
That is that thing we love so much, the Screensavers Online, the best source for information on our show. Go behind the scenes of the Screensavers to Stacy's Dish. We got all sorts of great stuff. Photos, spy cams of the Screensavers at work, field trips, fan pages, the quote of, I understand I'm going to be the quote of the week next week. Always available at the Screensavers.com. It's the page that embarrasses more of us on the Screensavers staff than any other. Have you been skewered yet?
This week.
This week! Martin, the crouton sergeant's been skewered. So let me ask you a question. Are you a bit paranoid about your web surfing habits? You know, you go places that maybe you'd like to get rid of the evidence of where you've been. Cover your tracks. Martin Crouton Sergeant, ZD. That makes me want to salute.
Crusty yet spicy.
Yeah. And just a touch greasy. ZDTV technical advisor joins with solutions to those concerns. Good to have you, Martin. You got a big day today. You did as many TV shows as I did today.
Yeah, let's hope this one doesn't crash.
Crash the scanner on the Call for Help show. All right, now why would I want to cover my tracks?
Oh, there's many reasons. Let's say you're looking for a new job and you don't want your boss to find out you've been looking at every job listing site in town.
Okay.
Cover your tracks. Or let's say you're shopping for a new something for your wife and you don't want her to know that you went to the Tiffany site.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what happened,
and I can't think of any other reasons why you cover your tracks.
That's Tiffany with a Y, not an I. All right. Now let's see. Well, how do you mean your tracks? Let's see the history.
Okay. Well, if I just click right here, those are all the URLs we've entered in.
Those are the ones you've entered in that box.
Yeah. And then if we click here,
every page you've been to.
Everything.
In fact, it's conveniently sorted by the overall URL, so it makes it very easy to find out exactly where you've been.
So it's actually pretty easy to cover your tracks in Internet Explorer. Just go to Tools.
Bill Gates made this very easy.
And all you have to do is click this button, Clear History. Okay.
So you went to Tools, Options, Clear History.
Right. Let's see if...
and now let's see. Nothing.
It's empty. If we really want to make sure, we can actually go into the registry.
Yeah, for some reason that's not completely clear. Explorer stores that history stuff in two places. It stores it both in a folder called History on the hard drive, and for some reason it sticks it in here in this key. It's H key current users /software /Microsoft /Internet Explorer
and type URLs. Well, because we hit that Clear History button, they're all gone. If you wanted to do it this way, you could do it manually. Just go in there and delete all the URLs that have been entered.
And then you delete the folder too. You'd have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Now Netscape's not so easy. I know.
Netscape is much harder to do it. It shouldn't be. I mean.
Actually, drop down this bar so we can see there's stuff in. No, if you click, we've hidden the tabs. Next one down. See, we've hidden all the. There we go. There's the history.
Okay.
So let's see if we don't have any history.
Well,
let me type a couple of things here. www.tiffany. Oh, this might be risky.
Yeah.
Let me stand in front of it before it pops up. I hope it's the little blue box with the jewelry in it.
There it is.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay. So as you can see, we got Tiffany down there on our history.
And we don't want our loving spouses to know that we've been purchasing fine jewelry for them.
One would think that you could just go into Edit Preferences and click this Clear History button.
Clear History.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we'll go back.
Now that does get rid of the history that you get if you do Control-H.
Yeah, but it's still there.
Tiffany's still there.
Tiffany is still there.
Whatever are we going to do, Martin?
Oh, here's what we do. We're going to go into
Monsieur Crouton.
We're going into Windows Explorer.
Okay, we're going to look at the hard drive.
Into the program files.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go Program Files. And then we go Netscape.
Netscape.
Right.
An easy way to do this is to press F3 and do a search for prefs.js.
Yeah, but there's a couple other things in here you also want to get rid of.
Oh, there's more?
Yeah, so what you want to do, the most important thing is to get rid of the prefs file, which is a JavaScript file. You want to right-click on it. Don't execute it.
Don't double-click.
Right, and then go to Edit. Now, if you look in here, those are all of the URLs that we have been to on here.
Now, there's probably only one because we only have that Tiffany one.
But well, there's ZDNet in there too, and a couple other things. So what you do?
Now that's the startup page. Don't mess that up. You got to be careful. And by the way, don't get scared. It says do not edit. But in fact, if you go to Netscape's page, they're going to say this is the only way to get rid of this. So this is allowed.
Tiffany.
Do you find it? Did you find it?
I don't see it in there.
All right, it's in there somewhere. Well,
in any case, what you would do is highlight the Tiffany site and just delete it, even though it says not to.
And then save.
And then, yes, and then you go File, Save.
Okay.
Okay, and then get out of there, and then you go back into the history file in Netscape, and it will be
you know
gone.
what? You know why it's not in there? You're not logged in as Leo. And this is another part of the tip, is that every single user has their own preference folder. So if you go to click on default, which is I think where we are, now click on default, not Leo. See up above? And then edit the net. I bet it's in that prefs.js.
Let's take a look.
Let's see. I'm just going to guess. It's a wild guess. Yeah, there we go. Browser URL history, and those are all histories of places we've been. So that's what you want to delete right there.
Okay, so you go through there.
Yeah.
And
there's
just
5 of them. There'll be as many as 15.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And then when you go back out into Netscape, those will be gone. Other things you should do, though, once you're in here, is get rid of all your cookies.
Dump your cookies.
And also totally clean out your cache file. That is further evidence that you can go into the cache.
I didn't even think of that.
Click on those things, and the JPEG or whatever it is stored in there.
That picture of the little blue box, it would be a dead giveaway to my wife, will be gone. All right.
So there you have it.
Get rid of all the blue boxes on your hard drive by going to our website for a tutorial. It's at thescreensavers.com. Thank you, Monsieur Breton.
Thank you, Monsieur Tomato.
Do you use this technique a lot?
I don't need to. You know, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah, right. You're right. You don't have a wife. Don't start flipping, folks. And you've never looked for another job. Still to come on this very show, tips for managing the downloads on your website, at least counting them. We'll show you all sorts of great web stats you can get. Plus, Jim Louderback joins us live with a brand new gamepad never before seen on TV. And Sumi Das has a look at a force feedback mouse, a mouse that bites back. All that and more as the Screensavers rolls on.
No PC gets a harder workout than the one that's at home with the family. But how do you get the most out of your home computer? That's where Family PC comes in. Need to know more about email, searching the web, or how to find a great game? Family PC is a one-stop shop for fun, adventure, and practical knowledge. Call 1-800-956-5959 for your free trial of Family PC today. Your family deserves it. The best part of Family PC are the families like yours who help recommend the best products and ideas. Over 4,000 family testers nationwide put the latest computer products through the toughest test of all, life in a real home. Call 1-800-956-5959 for your free trial of Family PC and a full year subscription, 12 issues in all, for the low price of $9.95. That's 72% off the newsstand price. Or cancel owe nothing and keep the trial issue free. And with your paid subscription, you'll get Family PC's Guide to the World Wide Web free. Call now. Your family deserves it.
Now, humans like to think of themselves as kind of the pinnacle of creation. We're kind of the new kids on the block. The Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years. So that means that there are planets out there that have been around for an extra billion or 2 billion years that could have cooked up life, even intelligent. What would their computers be like, their technology be like? Well, it's a little hard to predict what our technology will be like 100,000 years from now, but that's the kind of level you might be talking about.
Just imagine being linked to a source of information, to a global internet adventure. Just imagine clarity in a world of chaos. Now, there's a new television network, ZDTV, your home for entertainment, explaining the power of computers and the internet, creating a world of possibilities. ZDTV, amaze yourself.
Do you have what it takes to paint our logo? Take this simple test. Log on to ZDTV.com and you could be on TV.
Welcome back to the Screensavers. I am Leo Laporte. Joining me to help out today on TV and in the chat room, Christina Denike, filling in for Kate. She's lab director.
I want to run like Kate.
She runs. Yeah, isn't that fun? We had a lot of fun shooting. I'll tell you. And I was the one behind her, out of breath. Christina is a lab director at Macworld Magazine. It's good to have you. We got to get some Mac calls in here, folks. We are talking about the new Mac, the newest Mac, the iBook. When's that going to be available?
September.
So we have to wait a little bit.
Yep.
Now, you looked at it. It's 32 megs of RAM, 4 gig hard drive.
3 gig.
300 megahertz PowerPC G3 processor.
That's right.
Yep. All right.
Nice 12-inch screen.
So all the geek specs say it's a good computer.
Pretty good.
But all the people who are looking at the design say
looks like a toy.
Or for something for girls.
Right.
See, I don't think so. But that's our question for you today. Is the iBook only for girls? What do you think? Will you buy one? Well, you won't have to buy one. They'll probably send you one, right?
Yeah, let's hope. No, actually, we probably will buy one. That's our new policy.
You don't get them for free.
Well, sometimes we get them for free as well, but we go out and buy them. So we get slightly different setups.
To see what the real world experience
is. So we get the one from Apple that has the reviewer's guide, but we also get to see whether there are different bugs than the ones that are shipping.
Interesting.
And sometimes it is interesting.
Now, Apple just did or is going to I think they did a speed bump, or they're about to, that's the rumor, on their G3 desktops.
Is that the rumor?
Have you heard that? Just between us? Just between us girls? So in fact, they're going to go up 100 megahertz, aren't they? At least they haven't done it yet, but they're supposedly going to do that. Making their kind of desktop average like 500 megahertz. Is the 300 megahertz iBook too slow?
Oh, I don't think it's too slow. I mean, I think actually that people worry a lot about processor and not worry about the whole computer, the hard drive and the RAM. I think the iBook needs a RAM upgrade. I think 32 megs is not enough.
Especially with
I'd be worried about that before I'd be worried about the 300 megahertz processor.
Can they add RAM?
Yes.
Is it expensive? Is it hard?
It's actually really easy.
Really?
The keyboard just flips up.
So how much should they put in there? 64? Is that enough?
At least 64.
All right.
At least 64.
Well, at least RAM's cheap. I mean, it's not that's not an expensive thing to add. And I think $15.99 for that that's a pretty good price for that.
That's a great price, especially with the wireless capability.
Let's talk a little bit about that. The Airport, because I think Airport is really exciting.
Think it's cool.
What do you think about Airport? Tell us about Airport, first of all.
Well, the antenna is already going to be built into the computer, and you're going to be able to flip it up and just buy a card that will slip under the keyboard.
Oh, so you will have to buy something to make that work?
You will have to buy something, yeah.
I didn't get
it's $99.
Oh, well, that's not
Which is a remarkable price when you compare it to the $300 solutions that are out right now.
Right.
And they're doing a little, chip compression, getting 7 down into 1 to get that price point.
And it is a wireless networking device.
Right.
So now don't I need something else besides the $99 card? Yeah. How do I talk to somebody else?
You can get an Airport station, which will connect right into your internet connection.
Oh, really? So that looks like a pyramid, I think, yeah?
That's another $300.
Okay,
so it starts to add up.
So I would plug that into the wall with my cable modem or my DSL.
Right.
It uses 10BASE-T Ethernet?
Or right into an Ethernet network if you happen to have one of those already.
And then that's broadcasting the network out.
Yeah.
How much distance? How close do I have to be with the iBook to get
100 feet?
Well, that's great. So basically, in a home, it would be anywhere in the house. And now you haven't had a chance to test one, I presume.
No, I've looked at things that are similar technology, but I haven't seen that yet.
Okay. Does the other ones go through walls or walls?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. No. It really depends on what the wall's made out of.
If it's a metal wall, probably not. I would imagine. Yeah. All right. Well, I can't wait. I mean, we're begging Apple to get us an Airport.
We're begging them too.
Yeah, that's the first thing I want. But here's your chance to tell us if you want the iBook. And really, the iBook, you got to get the Airport. That's kind of a cool.
Well, it has a 56K modem.
All right, but I know, but it's kind of fun to have, be in the bathtub with your iBook. Maybe not. In fact, probably that's a very bad idea. Take our web poll at thescreensavers.com. Let us know what you think, and while you're there, click. Well, it seems like all our viewers get their ideas in the bathtub. I don't know why that is.
Oh,
click.
a little scary.
It is. It is. I don't know what those items. Click on our talkback feature. Let's just stop there to express your opinion to the rest of the Screensavers community. You can also call us at 888-989-7879 or chat with us. Christina's in there right now. You're in the ultimate gaming machine room, I know, with a lot of weird people. That's chat.zdnet.com. And by the way, on a netcam, want to get on the air and ask your question? The Netcam Cineplex is the room for you. Just click on Rooms, click on Netcam Cineplex. Let's get your picture on the air. Stick around, Christina. Let's answer a call right now. From Burlington, Vermont, it's Mike on the line. Hi, Mike.
How you doing?
You from Burlington?
I went to school. I went to Groovy UV.
Are you a UVM student?
No. I was the guy that called up a little while ago about the 3DOS.
Yes, you're designing he's designing his own operating system. Isn't that exciting?
That's lovely.
He wants to write a 3D operating system. How's that project coming along, Mike?
Not bad. Well, I wanted to ask another question about a different operating system.
Okay.
It's about BOS.
No, we love BOS. Yeah.
Me too. I've seen all the things online about it.
Yeah.
looks interesting.
Some people were hoping that was going to be the new Mac OS.
Yeah, that fell through. Jean-Louis Gasset was trying to sell it. You mind if I log you out of chat? I can restart this machine and put us into BOS while you go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, will it run on my poor little E-Machine 400i?
Ah, that's a good question. The 400i is based on a Celeron 400, so that's good.
Yeah.
In fact, what's interesting, and it's kind of unfortunate, BOS was originally designed for PowerPC, but Apple hasn't, Jean-Louis Gasset privately, was not really happy about, he said there's a certain guy who is interim at Apple who doesn't like us. And of course, that makes sense since Apple bought Next, right? And brought in Steve Jobs, and it was between Next and BOS. It makes sense that Steve Jobs would not now really be supporting the B operating system. So he says,
Can't
Jobs...
we all just get along?
I know, wouldn't it? I mean, what's wrong with this? But I guess Apple's saying, well, the Mac OS belongs on Mac hardware, not BOS. So they're not helping them with the G3 specs. So currently, BOS will not run on a G3. And it's one of the reasons that B themselves, as soon as this boots up, I'm going to put it into B themselves are really kind of moving forward in the Intel platform. Intel is kind of where they see their future. So yeah, it'll run on the Celeron. The hard drive's not going to be a problem. Where you get into trouble with BOS is sound cards, networking devices, and video cards.
All those little drivers.
Drivers, because look, it's not a major operating system. They don't have a lot of people developing drivers. Oh shoot, I can't get into the network here, but what I was going to do is show you the B website. If you go to the B website, you know why I can't get on the network? It doesn't support our network card. But if you go to the B website, which is at b.com, and you click on support, they have a hardware compatibility list. And you can actually look at all the different hardware cards it works with. It will certainly run on your machine, Mike.
Yeah.
But you may not get sound. I'm trying to remember.
Or your network connection.
The video, I'm sure it will work. I think it's a Rage. Do you remember what the video is on the E-Machine? Is it
It's a Rage 2C.
That's what I thought. Yes, I'm sure that will work with B. That's a very, very common chipset. So really, it'll work just fine. The only thing you won't get is your modem won't work because the modem is a Win modem. It works with Windows only. And unfortunately, your sound card may or may not work. I suspect won't work. It's very limited sound card support, especially considering this is an operating system designed for audio and media creators. You'd think they'd have better sound. It doesn't support, for instance, a Sound Blaster Live, which is what I have at home. So that's kind of frustrating.
That must be very frustrating.
Yeah. But it's a nice OS.
Well, you can just write your own driver.
Mike, you wanted to write a 3D operating system. This would be a great place to start, right?
Yeah, it would be.
You know, you know what? The programming environment at B is great. It comes with a programming language, an assembler. It's basically MetroWorks Code Warrior. They really make it easy for you to get in there. Now, I don't know how easy they make for you to write drivers. I don't know how much information they give you. Although, if you go to the B website, you'll see there are a lot of drivers for third-party cards, which people have written, so it can't be too hard. Maybe that's what you should do as kind of a prelude. And I'll tell you what, the B world would thank you if you wrote the drivers to support the E-machines. You'd be selling, the E folks would be thrilled too. Okay?
A little Crystal sound card.
Crystal, yeah. I don't know if the Crystal supported. That's an ESS. I don't know if it's supported. All right. Hey, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. And do, folks, take a look at BOS. It's a really an amazing operating system that deserves a lot more attention. And very Mac-like, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, in many ways.
Nice interface.
Next, my friends, for the first time on television, the new game, I won't show it, no, it's behind me. The new gamepad from Microsoft. You can't make me show it, but Jim will. No, 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 when the screensavers continues. I'm hiding it.
You've got this, and you use it for this. But to get the most out of this and this for this, you need this. PC Computing Magazine is the monthly magazine business professionals rely on to help them maximize PC performance and productivity. You can use this right now. And you'll receive this, a risk-free trial issue of PC Computing. Take advantage of our special offer and subscribe to PC Computing for just $14.99. Act now, and with your paid subscription, you'll also get 2 free CD-ROMs. Then join us for a full year, 11 more issues for the low price of just $14.99. Or simply cancel and keep the trial issue. Call now for your free trial issue of PC Computing. Our special subscription rate of $14.99 and 2 free CD-ROMs. For this, you won't find an offer better than this.
Hey, it's Kurt Ryan from Waterford, Connecticut. My name's Demetrius. I'm from Berkeley Heights, New Jersey.
Jay Peterman from Seinfeld, and guess what? You're watching ZDTV.
No.
You're watching ZDTV. I want my ZDTV.
Don't let your computer go to the dogs. Watch ZDTV.
Oh, look.
Amaze yourself.
The Screensaver's online, my friends. That's the best source for information about our show. Don't move that joystick yet. Put it down, I'm fighting with you. We want to show everybody the Super Geek Challenge about Windows 98. See how familiar you are with the operating system update, the second edition. Always available at thescreensavers.com, and a great way to win a t-shirt or a hat. And by the way, congratulations to Margaret from San Jose, California, yesterday's quiz giveaway winner. All you got to do is take that challenge. You'll be automatically in the drawing when you fill out that form for a Screensavers t-shirt and hat. And by the way, even if you've already taken the quiz, every day a new winner. So every day another chance to play and win. All right? Now, let's get on with the exclusive. Jim Latterback joins us in studio. Yeah, let's see, if Martin was the crouton, I think you'd be the vinaigrette.
Oh, thank you very much.
Screensavers
Sometimes
salad
I
today.
feel more like the Russian dressing.
Oh, yeah. Or you could be the bacon bit.
That's
Would
true.
you like to be
I like being bacon bit.
All right, bacon bit Latterback's here.
Yes, only if they're made out of non-pork material. Right. Soy, thank you.
And you brought, oh, there it is, for the first time ever.
First time ever. This is Microsoft's follow-up to their Sidewinder gamepad. And actually, this is such a scoop that our product acquisition person, Grace, went and stole it from a Microsoft event.
You're kidding.
She didn't really steal it.
You're kidding.
She went up and she convinced them to give it to her. They rolled it out. Now, the interesting thing, you see it right here, it's kind of odd looking. See that ball there? Well, that's so when you're playing those first-person shooters, you can turn it. And when you rotate it like this, it's like turning your body right to left to look around.
It also works, I want to say,
fragging you or shagging you or whatever that word is.
Fragging, I believe.
Thank
Shagging is an Austin Powers
thing. Okay, whatever. You can tell I'm not a huge fan of these games. And if you turn it like this, up and down, you can actually look up and look down to see if anybody is up or down trying to...
By the way, every time you do that, you're moving my mouse, and I'm trying very hard to get us into Quake 3, so...
Right, I won't touch it again.
Hold still for a moment,
I'll explain a little bit more. Notice it's got a bunch of buttons here, and when you hold it, you have access to these buttons, and you have access to the hat here, which lets you move as you move through your games.
So it's a standard joystick with the exception of this, right?
Well, and the fact that it moves, yeah, it's a standard gamepad. Now, I'm going to get this gamepad here. There have been kind of these static gamepads for a while. This is the Gravis one, designed to make you feel like you're playing a Nintendo or PlayStation.
It looks just like a Nintendo 64.
Yeah, and just the addition of movement will make it easier for some of those 3D games. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the 3D games, but they do include drivers for things like Half-Life and Quake and all the popular games.
Don't move the joystick. I'm going to try to get...
I'm not going to touch it.
You're moving it.
I'll hold it still.
All right, I'm going to get into a Quake 3 game.
As you do that, I'm going to talk about how much it is. It's $50 when it ships.
Well, that's not bad.
No, $50
Although,
is okay.
these are like 20. I mean, they're not expensive.
Right, and this is USB, which is very nice. And it is going to be available around the 15th of September. And it'll hopefully let you play all these games. Now, we've been playing with this, and I'm not a big fan of these games. I said that before. I can't tell if this thing works well or not. The jury's sort of still out on me. Roger was playing it, and he said it was kind of slow. He said, what do you think, Roger? Kind of slow? Didn't like it that much?
It has too much travel. I mean, I'd prefer if you could use short increments to turn yourself on.
It's not sticky enough,
Well, give it to me because I don't want to get shot here.
All right.
Let's...
Now notice he's swiveling his hand.
Oh, see, I'm looking, I'm not moving. Yeah, that's...
Well, no, you move the hat. Put your thumb on the hat.
That's how... Oh, look
there
at that.
You go.
Whoa!
Wow.
I don't know. There's something wrong with the graphics here. I think I'm in a bad area.
You've gone to a bad place, Leo.
I'm in a very bad place.
I could even demo that.
Here. All right. So summarize for us, if you will.
Basically, it gives you the ability to sort of look right and left, look right, look left, look up and look down. And if you push it all the way over to one direction, it'll keep on turning you this way. So you can keep on going around. And that's kind of nice if you want to do the circle strafe or things like that, where you're just going to go... and
that's, by the way, a key move. If you can't do that, don't go into a Quake 3 server.
Right. Go like this and do this, and now I'm circle strafing just like this. So it works pretty well. Although, as far as I'm concerned, the jury is out. We're going to test a little bit, and I'm going to give it to some of the real Quake
addicts, all right. Like Leo, I'll take it home.
Roger, you guys can tell us what you do. But USB connection works really well. It connects up. It's got a lot of good games in there. And I don't know. I think it's not a bad idea. We're going to actually, Leo's going to try and get this working here. We're going to take a look, I think.
If you stop moving the joystick.
I'm going to put it down.
I've never seen a joystick. Is this unusual that the joystick actually does the mouse as well?
No, because it takes advantage of the mouse technology to allow you to do the look up and look down, because that's a mouse capability.
Oh, you're right. That's mouse free look.
Exactly.
You're absolutely
so it does the mouse free look. That's why it does that.
All right, that makes sense.
So while you get this going, let's take a look at Fresh Gear. What do you think,
All right,
Leo?
go ahead, and I'm going to keep trying here.
Well, we're going to take a look at Feel It technology. This is from Immersion Corporation, and it gives you a sense of touch to your digital gaming experience, and that's all on today's Fresh Gear.
It's not unusual for a hardcore gamer to spend many an hour debating the PC versus console issue. But one thing all gamers agree upon is that the more realistic the game, the better. Force feedback joysticks and controllers have upped the reality factor in many games, and now Logitech is tossing its hat into the ring, but with a different device, the mouse. The $99 triangular-shaped Logitech Wingman Force feedback mouse sits on its own mousepad and incorporates Feel-It technology from Immersion Corporation. Users move the mouse, and the mouse pushes back to simulate sensations as diverse as hard surfaces, rough textures, elastic materials, and springs. So if you run into a wall while playing a game, you're not going to end up with a bruise on your head, but you'll definitely feel the impact.
Right now I'm playing grunts, but when the Logitech Wingman Force feedback mouse ships in September, it'll be available for more well-known games, such as MechWarrior, Shogo, and Heavy Gear 2.
However, Logitech isn't limiting the potential of its mouse to gaming alone. It also hopes to enhance other applications, including computer-assisted design, or CAD, as well as Windows, the web, and e-commerce. Imagine shopping online and being able to touch your proposed purchase before actually buying it. Web surfers could feel hyperlinks instead of having to scrutinize pages for highlighted text and icons. When choosing from a menu, the cursor would pop between items, and the edge of a window would feel like a carved groove. Logitech expects more game developers to announce support of the Wingman in the months to come. While all this may not sound extraordinary, it does take computing one step closer to creating a virtual environment by adding touch to the short list of senses that can be experienced in the digital domain.
Now, of course, you can catch a new Fresh Gear every Friday afternoon. It's at 1:30, 12:30 Central, right here on ZDTV. And no, we did not get it working. We have problems, bugs. But we were playing it earlier, and it did work.
I have to say, it worked long enough that I was really annoyed by it.
Yeah.
Because, and you know, Thresh, who's the king of Quake.
Don't call him a queen. I don't think he'd like
frag me. Actually, he's kind of a wimp in person. He's only tough online.
Yeah. That's all you need to be, though.
Says, and the best way to play Quake is with a mouse and a keypad, and keyboard, and that's how I do it.
Well, because this sort of takes care of your mouse. See, look, I'm mousing around. It might. We'll take a look at it.
You do that, you get fragged.
We're going to put this in Leo's hands when it works, and he's going to give us a full report down the road, and we'll let you know in a future Screensavers or Fresh Gear or somewhere.
All right. That's good. Yeah. Can I be your tester?
You're my tester.
Thank
there you go.
I appreciate it.
Have fun.
We got an email the other day from from Vader, who asks, I have some downloads on my website. I'd like to count how many times each is downloaded. I've heard you can do this with forms or JavaScript. What is the easiest way to do this? We'll see if we can help you here when the Screensavers continue.
Now, your favorite channel is available in a whole new way. ZDTV Radio.
This is just into the ZDTV Radio newsroom.
A 24-hour network delivered through your computer.
Our cybercrime unit has traced both hackers.
Hear news updates, computer talk, and the best of ZDTV streamed live.
My life is ZDTV Radio.
Just go to ZDTV.com. Or with Microsoft's Internet Explorer 5, go to View, click on Toolbars, then Radio, and amaze yourself.
This is Flob from Los Gatos, California.
This is James from Summit, New Jersey.
Cindy, Derek, and Alex from St. Charles, Missouri.
You're watching the ingenious Leo Laporte and the queen of nighttime television, Kate Patella.
The Screensavers. Screensavers. The Screensavers.
The Screensavers.
Screensavers.
I watch the Screensavers every day.
Why fool around with messy brushes when you can paint online? Draw our logo now at ZDTV.com. These people did.
Welcome back to the Screensavers. We're going to take a look at this V-mail from Vader. I wonder if that's his real name. I've got downloads on my website, and I'd like to count how many times each is downloaded. I've heard you can do it with forms or JavaScript. What's the easiest way to do it? Well, I can tell you right now, JavaScript won't do it because that's a client-side technology. What you need to do is you need access to the server. The server knows all, right? The web server. It keeps logs of everything that's gone out, every file that's been downloaded, every page that's been hit, every access that's been made to your website is recorded to the server log. So all that's in there. The real question is getting it out. Now, JavaScript can't do it because JavaScript runs on the visitor's side. It doesn't have access to your server log, so it's not going to do it. A form, I suppose there might be a way you could do it, a trick of some kind. But most of the time when people do counters like that, they use CGI, and there are a number of great CGI scripts that you could use that would record, you know, the number of downloads, could even update a counter if you wanted from that site. Or you can analyze your log. Now, if you should really check with your web hosting service, because they may well already have that information available to you, you just don't know it. For instance, I mean, if you're on GeoCities or Tripod, you're not going to be able to get this information. But I have a website, as you probably know, and the folks who host my website, MLNet, offer to all of the people who pay for websites on this activity logs. Let's look at the activity log from last week. Now, it's not super sophisticated. This is their kind of generated statistics. For instance, on the last request, last 7 days, I had 120,000 hits from 4,566 different hosts. That's 4,566 unique visitors last week onto Leoville, all right? And I can get a daily report, an hourly report, and of course, I can get statistics on when the biggest days were. Weekdays are much bigger than weekends, things like this. It's not graphical, but if you look at the numbers, you can get a lot of information out of it. And if I scroll way down, I can see each file and how many times it's been requested. So here's how you tell. If you can look at your log, you can tell things like how many people have downloaded a particular file merely by looking at those files. If we go down to my first sound effects page, for instance, you can see that this alien.wave has been accessed 15 times. I know in the past 5 days, 15 people have downloaded it. All right. So that information is in the log. This may not be the easiest way to do it, but it's free. Certainly it's provided by my web hosting service. You should check with your web hosting service to see if they'll do it. If you can get access to the log, of course, you can parse it yourself and you can get a whole lot more information. We've got a program here. Now, this is not a cheap program. This is what professionals use. It's called Web Trends, $600. But this thing will analyze your log, give you all sorts of information. And let me show you, we did an analysis on Leoville. I'll show you the difference between what I just showed you and the Web Trends analysis, which, by the way, will also give you that simple information about how many people downloaded which file, but also look at all these graphs on most requested pages, and stuff that's actually of great interest to a web server, like places people came from, the paths through the site, so you know which of your pages people are starting at, these are the exit pages, where they're leaving. I mean, that's the kind of thing that can really tell you something about the usage on your site. The most active organizations, you can even tell where people are coming from, what URLs are referring to you, all sorts of great information. This is an expensive package, but this is the kind of thing professionals use. Now, if you merely want to get some simple statistics and you don't have access, if you've got a GeoCities site, for instance, you don't have access to the web logs, there are a number of sites. I'm going to show you one called Hitbox. This comes from the Cute FTP folks. There are a number of sites that will keep track of statistics for you. And the way they do it is you put a little Hitbox button on a page of your website. And every time that button is loaded, in effect, it's a request to the Hitbox servers for that graphic. The graphic doesn't come from your site, it comes from their site. So their log records activity on your site by virtue of that single button. And they can tell you a lot of stuff. One thing they cannot tell you is how many people have downloaded a particular file. But they can tell you a lot of statistics. They say 500 different statistics on your website. And this is absolutely free, which I think is a pretty good deal. There are a number of services like Hitbox. I'll just show you the kind of stats you get from Hitbox. Also very graphical, very attractive, and very useful. So if you're running something on GeoCities where they just don't give you access to your server logs, you're probably not going to be able to tell how many people have downloaded a file. On the other hand, what you could do, and this is how I would work with Hitbox, is have a link to a page. Instead of having a link to the file, have a link to the page, a download page. Put the Hitbox bumper on that one, and then that page automatically starts downloading the file. You know, that's how Hot Files do it. A lot of other websites do it. When you go to a page first and then the download begins, that's a way of tracking as well. So embed the Hitbox button on a download page that people have to go to before downloading your file. You'll at least get a pretty good idea of how many people are downloading that file. It's amazing, really. Analyzing your web statistics is a great thing to do if you can. Hitbox is a great way to do it if you don't have access to the log, okay? Friends, Uncle Leo wants you record your own video, email, and send it to us at TSSVmail at ZDTV.com. Instructions, your scripts are all waiting at the screensavers.com. Yes, scripts. We give you scripts. All you have to do is click on Participate to get the whole scoop. And here's Amanda with a great V-mail from Fort Worth, Texas. Take it away, Amanda.
Don't touch that dial. The screensavers will be right back.
Bye for now.
A daily dose of the best from the net.
Hi there. In just a few moments, we've got some angry deer, a cyber judge with a broken leg, how stuff works, and a version of Star Wars that's unlike any other. And it's 100% Jar Jar free.
Internet Tonight, coming up next on ZDTV.
Check out America Online this summer. Want to see a movie? AOL Movie Phone.
What's new around town?
Where should I take my family? Now America Online makes it easier than ever to plan your summer.
Let's check out the ride.
Get weather updates. And it's easy to stay in touch with instant messages, a buddy list, and email. AOL is the internet and a whole lot more. And now with 56K, connections are faster and easier than ever. Make the most of your summer on AOL. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Sign up today.
Get plugged into the best of the net with Yahoo Internet Life magazine, the definitive guide to the internet. Link up to the coolest people, places, and services on the planet. Get the hottest interviews with the most supercharged celebrities, plus reviews of the top sites to do almost anything. There's even a handy tear-out guide to the sites featured in each issue. Call now for your risk-free sample of Yahoo Internet Life and check out columns that make almost anything easier online. Easy shoppers spotlight sizzling new shopping sites. Save big bucks with Old Way Netway. Travel the net at warp speed with Easy User. Use your credit card and get a gift, the amazing Ultimate Web Companion CD-ROM, free. Here's the deal. 12 issues, only $19.97. That's 44% off the newsstand price. Satisfaction is guaranteed. Cancel and owe nothing. Keep your trial issue free. Get plugged into Yahoo Internet Life. It's the definitive guide to the net. Call 1-800-913-9977. That's 1-800-913-9977.
Coming up next on ZDTV. Internet Tonight, followed by GameSpot TV.
Welcome back to the Screensavers. The preliminary results of today's web poll. You still have 24 hours to get in there, but right now 90% of you say the iBook is for little girls. I don't know. That's mean. And 9% of you say no. But as Christina points out,
thank heaven.
For little girls, there's nothing wrong with it being aimed at women. I mean, there's never been a computer aimed at women. Maybe there's time we did design a good-looking computer that women would want to buy. I don't know. Does that make sense? Is that sexist to think?
I don't think that's what it was aiming at, but if by chance that's a big market.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with
51% of the population. This is the part of the show where we like to answer some of your questions, and a lot of people wrote to me saying, wait a minute, the Celeron is clock locked, you can't. And we were having a debate over this. I think, and I may be wrong, but I think I've been able to change the clock multiplier on my Celeron effectively. I may be wrong.
Oh, no, I think you're right.
It's just some of them are clock locked and some of them are not. Yeah. And this is a good one, by the way, from Lottie, who points out that you should be careful changing the bus speed because, you know, it's okay if you go to 100, from 66 to 100 or from 100 to 133. That'll keep the PCI clock at 33. But if you go to oddball speeds like 75, you're going to have some problems. You could have some problems with your PCI bus running faster than cards can handle.
Well, and you need to be careful about your case. If you overheat your case, you know, even if your chip is ready for it, your case might not be, your fan might not be, and then everything dies.
Yes. Focus on Virgil today. If you go to the website, we don't want everything to die. Virgil's our shader. It's at Stacy's Dish. He's a great guy. Find out all about him. That's it for this edition of Screensavers. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye. Good job.
Surfing with the Guru on ZDTV. Stay tuned for Internet Tonight. Amaze yourself.
Steve Jobs unveiled the iBook, and now the gender wars are on. It started with a quote.
Probably be a cool-looking makeup kid.
And the volley was returned.
He didn't need to be using sexist language.
Is John C. Dvorak pundit or pig? Is the iBook hardware or handbag?
When I first saw it, I thought it kind of looked like a Hello Kitty purse.
You decide. Visit ZDTV.com/SiliconSpin. Follow the controversy, vote in our poll, and post talkback on the message board. Speak out and sound off now on ZDTV.com. Now the latest from the ZDTV newsroom.
Hello, I'm Alice Kedja with your news update. Security and antivirus software maker Symantec reportedly had its homepage defaced for 12 hours. Visitors to Symantec.com saw a page claiming that 5 hackers infected the company's servers with a virus called H3R3. The company has denied the claim, according to the BBC. And how would you like an almost free iMac? An LA business says it'll give away 10,000 of the fruit-colored computers in September, hoping to be the start of what it promises to be a million Mac giveaway over the next 2 years. Requirements for eligibility include signing up for a 3-year contract with an internet service provider selected by the company at $20 a month, as well as taking out a credit card. FreeMac.com is not associated with Apple.
Tonight on Internet Tonight, an extremely low-tech remake of a classic movie. And How to Hunt for Rednecks, The Cyberway. Plus, some new films are hitting theaters. How are their websites? Get comfy, friends. It's time for Internet Tonight. Hello there, and once again I welcome you to another edition of Internet Tonight. I'm Michaela Pereira. Scott Harriet is lost in the woods. Topping Internet news tonight, over 30 major Internet firms have joined together to launch an educational website aimed at protecting America's children. And banding together are some of the most prominent names and rivals in the online world. America Online, Microsoft, and Yahoo, to name just a few. The Get NetWise initiative aims to help parents protect their children from violence, pornography, and hate literature online by providing information regarding Internet safety, as well as links to law enforcement and advocacy groups. Vice President Al Gore has been heavily involved in promoting the initiative and touted the Get NetWise project, saying, quote, "This means if parents want to breathe easier when their children are on the Internet, they can." The Senate Judiciary Committee has approved legislation which will limit the amount of cyber squatting on the Internet. The term refers to the practice of registering Internet addresses using the trademarks of famous companies in the hopes of getting them to fork over large amounts of cash in exchange for the name. The bill will allow trademark companies to recover damages, but it will not make cyber squatting a criminal offense. And more government news now. The government has taken one step closer to getting an eye inside your computer. Congressman Porter Gross, who just 2 years ago tried to outlaw the distribution of privacy protection software, is sponsoring a bill that would give companies a 15% tax break for developing government snoopable encryption products. Congressman Gross hopes that the bill will mediate between the concern for commerce and national security. The products would work on a system which would require a key to unscramble the data. The key would be placed in easy access of law enforcement officials. A British judge has made legal history by concluding a criminal trial over the Internet. What's more, the trial was conducted from her hospital bed as she nursed a broken leg. Judge Valerie Perlman used a satellite video link from her bedside to the courthouse in Southwark, 60 miles away, to create Britain's first virtual courtroom. She answered questions from the deliberating jury and dealt with sidebars, all via the net. Judge Perlman is expected in court in a wheelchair for the sentencing part of the trial. Well, be rest assured the infamous Beanie Baby con artist has finally been caught. James Denlinger was arrested Wednesday by the Sonoma County Sheriff's Department in Northern California after detectives spent a month following his ever-changing websites and P.O. box addresses. The suspect advertised rare Beanie Babies for sale on several internet auction sites, but after several complaints appeared on a public message board from people who had been scammed, Denlinger replied with a taunting message of his own, saying, "Ha ha ha, you must be a bunch of morons." Denlinger conned his victims out of about $100,000 before being caught. Is print dead in the Utah, you ask? The Orem, Utah Daily Journal has decided to completely discontinue its print edition of the paper in favor of an online version. The Journal, which was being printed in paper for 9 months now, says it will launch a full-fledged internet edition on Thursday, August 5th. Currently, the newspaper's website is home to just classified ads. Journal publisher Levor Oldham said, quote, "Clearly, the future of newspapers is on the web." Well, time to look into the Web Almanac now for July 30th. It was on this day back in 1839 that the bloody Amistad slave rebellion took place. The rebellion started when slaves took control of the ship, bringing them from Cuba to America. When they landed in New York, the courts took over their case. After a full year of legal battles, the slaves were released and sent home to Africa. To learn more, check out the Amistad page on the Famous Trials website. There you can read newspaper excerpts from the trial or peruse Supreme Court documents. For a more in-depth look at the participants, check out the sketches section and read individual biographies. And finally, you can capture all the drama from the courtroom with the full trial record. And if you'd like to visit any of the websites you see featured here on our show, come by our homepage at internettonight.com, where you'll find links to everything there on the big list.
The big list!
He did it again. Well, still to come on the show, this weekend's movies are out and waiting for you to focus your eyes on them. We'll give you the rundown of their big screen and computer screen presence. And there is a very strange disturbance in the force. Find out more when Internet Tonight continues.
When it comes to life after high school, it's a whole new ballgame out there, folks.
It took 4 years.
College? 5 years.
Took me 6 years to finish college. I'm still looking for a job.
Luckily, there's another way. Wait a minute, you got your electronics degree in just 2 years?
Yeah, an associate's degree.
I'm working on my bachelor's.
5 years, right?
Try 3.
ITT Tech even helped me find a good job.
Call ITT Tech at 1-800-942-0099.
You better call. Now's the time.
No PC gets a harder workout than the one that's at home with the family. But how do you get the most out of your home computer? That's where Family PC comes in. Need to know more about email, searching the web, or how to find a great game? Family PC is a one-stop shop for fun, adventure, and practical knowledge. Call 1-800-956-5959 for your free trial of Family PC today. Your family deserves it. The best part of Family PC are the families like yours who help recommend the best products and ideas. Over 4,000 family testers nationwide put the latest computer products through the toughest test of all, life in a real home. Call 1-800-956-5959 for your free trial of Family PC and a full year subscription, 12 issues in all, for the low price of $9.95. That's 72% off the newsstand price. Or cancel owe nothing and keep the trial issue free. And with your paid subscription, you'll get Family PC's Guide to the World Wide Web free. Call now. Your family deserves it.
While you surf, listen to ZDTV Radio. News updates, computer talk, and the best of ZDTV streaming live at ZDTV.com. Click on radio.
Oh, he's crashing! He's crashing! People, you know the drill.
Have no pulse.
Breathing's gonna get me an ambu bag. Come on, Morty. Don't leave me, Morty.
Coming up next on ZDTV, how to recover data from a damaged hard drive. Just 5 minutes away.
ZDTV, television about computing and the internet.
Come on, Morty.
He's back. Well, that's something worth watching.
What is it, Morty?
You're blocking their TV.
Welcome back to Internet Tonight. With a record-breaking heat wave sweeping the country, everyone's trying to find a way to keep cool. Well, it's no secret that there's a cool, dark, and air-conditioned place near you. It's called your local movie theater, of course, and hopefully on tonight's Movies Online will give you a cause for a visit.
It's not that she's afraid of the wedding. She's afraid of the wedding night. Why, when I was a virgin bride, I took a knitting needle to bed with me.
Runaway Bride stars Julia Roberts as the title character, who has cold feet when it comes to marriage, and Richard Gere as Ike, a newspaper columnist with writer's block. He begins writing about her. This begins a chain of events which eventually lead Ike to Maryland to meet the pretty woman. And boy, the Runaway Bride's official website's a doozy. Besides plot and production notes, the cast section flushes out the lead characters with some more favorites, like two-time Academy Award nominee Joan Cusack as Peggy, and the ever-likable Hector Elizondo as Fisher. The clips and still section bursts with pages and pages of pics, and there's party favors including desktop images and a downloadable screensaver.
You know, this hotel is full of freaks.
Also opening this weekend, Twin Falls, Idaho, written by and starring twin brothers Mark and Michael Polish, play conjoined twins, and it's not your usual love story. Twin Falls, Idaho's official website gives up the film's complicated synopsis, and there's a production section which explains the Polish brothers' longtime fascination with conjoined twins. The site offers a few stills, mainly of the sexy leading lady, former model Michelle Hicks.
Juvenile use gene therapies to increase their brain mass.
What is that?
As a side effect, the sharks got smarter.
In Deep Blue Sea, Dr. Susan McAllister, played by Saffron Burrows, has genetically re-engineered the DNA of mako sharks, making them more intelligent and powerful. At the research facility called Aquatica, a tragic accident occurs, resulting in irreparable damage to the facility and causing it to sink, while these super intelligent and super fast sharks put their moves on the humans who created them. The flash-enhanced Deep Blue Sea website is reminiscent of the Aquatica research facility. There are 5 fascinating levels of goodies. Production, cast, and crew information are a given, but the impressive layout and tasty interview clips are a must-see.
And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Diving deeper still, we find oceans of storyboards and screenplay excerpts, and as a cool bonus, there's even tips for shark survival. For example, if you're ever unfortunate enough to meet one in the water, please maintain eye contact. However, if you're fortunate enough to catch one, you should check out the recipe area. And in the interest of sharing, you can take a look at their message board or send a friend a web card. Additionally, you can download their screensaver or play their online game, The Runaway Bride, Twin Falls, Idaho, and Deep Blue Sea. Now playing both in the theaters and online.
And if you do choose to stay home, be sure to fire up that air conditioning and head over to our website for more movies online. So maybe you're not the movie-going type, or maybe you found the summer releases rather disappointing this year. Well, you can always turn to the web and see one man's bold interpretation of a cinematic classic. Here's Scott with Star Wars Askimation.
If you find the lines to see the Phantom Menace daunting, there's now another new addition to the Star Wars Spectacular. 20th Century Text presents the one, the only, Star Wars Askimation. Yes, Episode 4, A New Hope, comes to light in a sublimely new and simplistic way. You know how it goes. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. It's a period of civil war, etc., etc. Those memorable moments and classic characters have been captured here by a webmaster with a truly diligent and patient hand. So don't bother with those long lines and noisy fans. This is Star Wars you can view from the comfort of your own home. And you can even fast forward through to the best bits. Better click to it quick though. Who knows how long it'll be before Lucas acts on the copyright violation.
And let's just hope that the webmaster stops there. One of the great things about the internet is the breadth of experience it can give you from the comfort of your own desktop. You can learn skills, do research, and get a peek into worlds that prior to the internet were virtually inaccessible. One such world is archaeology. For most of us, traveling to faraway places is impossible, but now with the web at your side, any number of fascinating excavation sites are as close as the click of your mouse.
Archaeology always sounds so exciting, digging for artifacts and buried treasures left by past civilizations. Before you crawl into those trenches, however, consider mining online. An exceptional growth period was during the Maya Classic era, from 250 to 950 AD. At Caracol.org in Belize, you'll learn that Caracol was home to over 140,000 people in 650 AD. An easy-to-use site map will help you navigate through the many excavations. Another Maya city, Yashuna, houses itself on the internet under the Yashuna Archaeology Project.
Explore the ruins on this Maya city in Yucatan, alone or with a guide. Not quite the pyramids of Giza. Other Maya villages have websites. Kaashav and Shibun provide slideshows featuring their ongoing excavation progress. Kaashav was first inhabited in 800 BC by evidence of its primitive housing structures, and Shibun is in an area consisting of a labyrinth of caves. This site, Karkanis, halfway across the globe in central Turkey, on a very large but low mountain, reside the ruins of an ancient city, Karkanis Dag. A large number of artifacts have been discovered here, among them pottery, ivory, and gold. But if you like the cold and feel compelled to work excavating in the Arctic, the Archaeology in the Arctic North site offers short field seasons. But they warn, living space in camp can become extremely cramped. Now at the Outpost, a National Geographic site, there are expeditions to follow. It's almost like being there. Archaeology, reliving the good old days.
And once you've hit these sites, keep searching. There are virtually thousands of websites about archaeological digs out there on the web. Well, we've got a little treat for all of you avid hunters out there. It's a little something to think about the next time you go creeping through the woods. After the break, we'll show you how to put the shoe on the other foot, my friends. Plus a security guard with 2 left feet.
Hey everybody, the Surf Guru here. When we come back, what to do if your grandma's a compulsive liar.
I'm Spencer F. Cat for Rumor Central. Want a free copy of Windows 98 2nd Edition? If you lived in the UK, it could have been yours at no cost. But not anymore. The story from the Register goes like this. A form appeared on Microsoft's UK website to order an upgrade to the SE edition with no mention of price. So it appeared to be free. And it was, but only for retail purchasers. One OEM user found a loophole. Noticing that proofs of purchase across Microsoft products are identical, he took one from his copy of Works 99 and sent it in to receive the upgrade to Windows 98. On July 6th, the offer changed. A shipping and handling charge suddenly appeared, ending Microsoft's European holiday. Cracking the whip at the rumor mill, I'm Spencer F. Cat for ZDTV.
Welcome back, everyone. While it's true that many people enjoy going out into the woods with firearms and hunting Bambi, the winds of change are a-blowing, my friends. Case in point, tonight's look at online gaming. Scott Harriet found out that those once defenseless deer are mad as hell, and they're not going to take it anymore.
Yes, it's hunting season again, but we're not after a 7-point buck. Rather, it's time to bag ourselves a prize 7-tooth pick.
He shoots, he scores.
Snarf Blatt's Deer Revenge demo is a sly parody of last year's Hunt Everything CD-ROMs that ran off with Dad's pocket change, promising all the thrills of a virtual hunt. The object of this new game is to nab as many squirrely rednecks as possible, then display them in your expanded trophy collection.
My cousin's gonna be real mad I missed our date.
You begin by searching their natural habitats for tracks.
Hook rinds. Only a hick would eat these things.
Once in the field, you'll have to lure the hicks closer with your assortment of rattles. And if that doesn't bring them in, you can always try your hillbilly mating calls.
That's a mighty fine gun rack.
Then, when you've got one close enough, just take aim with the handy net gun and squeeze off a little country lovin'.
I'm hit!
Now, I know what you're thinking. Scott, cousin, how can I get one? The season begins with a trip to Snarf Blatt's website. Just follow the links to the Deer's Revenge demo and then download that permit to your hard drive. Now just fire it up for a 1-level sampling of the tricky trailer park environment.
Check out my shiny new belt buckle.
Now you're bagging bumpkins like a big buck.
Darn it, now he's probably going to end up breeding.
It's the free Deer's Revenge demo from Snarfblatt.
Tell your wife that her back hair looks better parted in the middle.
Bragging rights not included.
Yikes. The Snarfblatt website is also where you can download the Hick Hunter theme song, as well as assorted stupid shockwave thingies that defy description. Just about every day, the slick machine that is Internet Tonight comes to a grinding halt, and by the time we've paused and checked for the problem, we've realized yet again it's the Surf Guru.
Well, Jerry, thanks for asking. The date actually did go pretty well in the beginning, and then it went awry, and it got into an argument. She started saying things that she didn't mean. I started saying things that I didn't mean. Last thing I said to her was, "You stole fizzy lifting drinks." How could that be true? She wasn't in that movie. That's everyone, the Surf Guru here with my special isotoner shoes sent to me by Maurice Falzoni of Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Thank you, Maria. Very nice. They're comfortable, and they keep the circulation in my feet going on these cold nights here at this studio. My sight of the week, and I'm very excited. That's what my Aunt Sophie used to say. I'm very excited to see you. Well, you know, there are a lot of magic 8-balls out there on the web. You know that thing that you shake up and then they give you the answer to your question? Will I have the codfish, or will I have the linguine with white clam sauce? And then you go around through your life asking the questions. And well, most of these web-based ones are just programs that simulate what happens when you shake the ball. But aha, eureka! I found the real deal, everyone. I found a real magic 8-ball site that uses a real magic 8-ball. Yeah, how do you like me now? There's that famous number 8. There's a Lego Mindstorm robot holding it, and there's a webcam pointed at it. I love robots. I love to go to robots for questions and answer period. At the end of the, when you type in your question, the robot shakes the ball, and then you get your answer. Like, for example, dear robot hand shaking ball, magic 8-ball, will Scott Harriet discover Sasquatch life sometime this summer while traipsing through the woods of Northern California? Shake that ball, robot hand. Will you find Sasquatch life or Bigfoot? Outlook not so good. Well, Scott, I have a feeling that even though the 8-ball says no, you're going to still go out there and look around, go foraging around, eating your astronaut food. Dehydrated strawberry shortcake for dessert. If you have a question, the address is guru@zdtv.com. That's it for now. Patrolling the halls, I'm the Surf Guru. Goodbye.
Poor little Scotty. The Guru can be reached at our website, internettonight.com, if for any reason you think you might need him. With the movie Deep Blue Sea opening this weekend, we thought it might be fun to play the dumb little game they've got on their website. So without further ado, here's tonight's stupid net trick. It's called Survive. It's like Frogger. So you're a little human. You need to get across this sea of, okay, hard to explain and play at the same time. Let's try this again. You need to get across, you need to get a disc. This disc will do something at the end of the game. I'm not really sure what it'll do. And obviously if you fall in the water, the sharks will eat you. And one of the tricks on this game is that the things that you jump on, only float for so long. They'll actually go into the water. So if you get across, you can go to several levels. Apparently, I suck at this game, so I'm going to be done with it. If there's one thing that there's no shortage of on the internet, it's advice. Be sure to tune in on Monday when we visit Brenda's Dating Advice, a place on the web for dating advice. More Internet Tonight after this.
Now everybody knows to be a real geek, you must have the big ZDTV. Amaze yourself. Amaze us.
Big thoughts.
It's almost everything on the web is underexploited.
Big theories.
The internet is the beginning of a mind.
Big thinkers.
I think you have to be tough to get the top level of anything, male or female.
Mark Edo and today's high-tech hotshots go one-on-one with their visions of the future through email, V-mail, and chat. Big thoughts, big theories, big thinkers. Wednesdays at 10:30, 9:30 Central on ZDTV. Big Thinkers is sponsored by Dell. Just imagine being linked to a source of information, to a global internet adventure. Now, there's a new television network, ZDTV, your home for entertainment, explaining the power of computers and the internet. ZDTV, amaze yourself.
Attention gamers, check this out.
Next on GameSpot TV, gaming goes Hollywood as big actors go for the small screen. Stars James Earl Jones and Michael Biehn try their hand at the real-time strategy scene.
And get ready for it. Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker pile drive their way onto your console in WWF Attitude.
Plus, there's medieval monsters lurking in our Dreamcast preview.
GameSpot TV, coming up next on ZDTV. Steve Jobs unveiled the iBook, and now the gender wars are on. It started with a quote.
Probably a cool-looking makeup kid.
And the volley was returned.
He didn't need to be using sexist language.
Is John C. Dvorak pundit or pig? Is the iBook hardware or handbag?
When I first saw it, I thought it kind of looked like a Hello Kitty purse.
You decide. Visit ZDTV.com/SiliconSpin. Follow the controversy, vote in our poll, and post talkback on the message board. Speak out and sound off now on ZDTV.com.
Up next on the ZDTV News, investigators...
As a child, I was an inquisitive kid, always asking why and how. It used to drive my parents crazy. But now that I am a grown-up, I've had to find new and more innovative, yes, even less annoying ways of finding stuff out. So I turned to the web and discovered how stuff works. It's time to stop looking at your car engine and scratching your head. Turn to How Stuff Works, the website with an explanation for everything, from refrigerators to CDs. The categories include your body, electronics, and things you see around the house. Learn why the pendulum clock swings to and fro. It has something to do with weights and escapement gear. Each provides in layman's lingo to help you understand just what exactly makes your digital clock tick. Technophiles can brush up on bytes, bits, and Boolean logic. Experiments are also here, just in case you've got the hankering for a homemade compass. The site isn't all geek stuff. Understanding your immune system and how food works gives you a peek into the mechanics of the human body. The Inside series offers explanations for common devices found in your home. Learn the inner workings of your scale, electric razors, and the remote control. Finally, for a seasonal lesson, find out all about Christmas. It explains why you'll find mistletoe hanging in doorways, and you'll learn about the tradition of gift giving. After all, this is how it works. And with the upcoming presidential election, it might be time to find out a little something about how election campaigns work at the site. You can learn both about the election process or find out how to run for office yourself. Okay, girls, do you remember being in elementary school and having that boy chase you around the schoolyard until you cried? And that same boy in high school tried to wow you with his charms by completely ignoring you? Well, as Megan Marks tells us in tonight's Love Online, nothing has changed.
Hello and welcome to Love Online. We're here to help bring romance into your life through the internet. Plenty of people are doing it these days. Let's check a few of them out. 39-year-old Miss Betsy has a good life and a great family, but would really like to fall in love. She enjoys playing music on a kazoo. Jamaican Love-A-Man loves getting lost in the depths of a park and listening to nature. He's a sensitive and romantic man. Today's letter comes from Confused and Dazed. I've been going to this nightclub every 2 weeks, and there is this guy who I see that teases me a lot. I was wondering if you think he likes me or if he's just being overly friendly. Well, Match.com says, of course he likes you. Teasing is something young guys commonly do when they have some interest in a woman. It's a form of flirting, generally involves a little touching, warm smiles, and a lot of fun. Positive energy. This provides a way for him to get close to you and to get to know you without having to take too much of a romantic risk. You seldom reject someone for teasing you. If you like him, then tease him right back. Engage him. Let him know you're having fun and just play the game and let it take you where it will. You're young out on the town and a man is flirting with you. Enjoy. The world is your oyster, my friend. That's all for today. Don't forget to pay a visit to the love section of our website for more photo personals of singles looking for love. And remember, as Swinborg once said, love in its essence is spiritual fire. For Love Online, I'm Megan Mark.
IT's Temptress of the Airwaves will return Monday, and she'll be armed with more photo personals and a stack of love advice from Love Online. All right, let's check out a few online events for Monday, August 2nd. Rock artists The Ramones are back, and they'll be chatting at 8 p.m. Eastern at sonicnet.com. Directors Dan Murnick and Ed Sanchez of the new chiller, The Blair Witch Project, will log on at 9 p.m. Eastern at sci-fi.com. And finally, my favorite comedian and actress, Janine Garofalo, chats 10 p.m. Eastern at communities.msn.com. So we've got a little competition going with Carmine Gallo and the folks from the Money Machine. Who can get more email at the show? Not true, but wouldn't that be fun? At any rate, if you'd like to email us, the address is it@zdtv.com. And if you would like to visit any of the websites that we've shown you tonight, you can get links to all of those sites at our homepage, internetonight.com, on our big list. And for a little music, head to our website where you can link to Liam's music pick for the day, the Young Dubliners with their tune, Change the World. And on that note, that's it for our weekend edition of Internet Tonight. Thanks for joining us. And me, I'm Michaela Pereira. Bye.
Today on GameSpot.